This deliciously moist pumpkin bread is completely guilt-free. It is oil-free, it is refined sugar-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, and it's even vegan. So first step, we are going to turn the oven on to 350. And then of course, we're gonna take a can of pumpkin. Make sure it's just 100% pumpkin. You don't wanna use pumpkin pie filling. We wanna keep this whole food plant-based. And you're gonna use a 15-ounce can. If your can is bigger, you can use about 3/4 of a cup. And then we're going to add some applesauce. We are going to add 1/3 of a cup of applesauce to our batter. And for more easy, healthy, skinny recipes, I'd love to stay connected with you, so please subscribe. Next, we're gonna add some maple syrup. That's gonna add a little bit of healthy sweetness, and we're going to add 1/2 cup of that, and then we're going to pour that into our batter. I tried to make it look pretty for you. Let me know if you think it was pretty or if it looks horrible. Let me know your honest thoughts. Vanilla extract. Every bread needs vanilla extract. I don't know what it would be like without the warmth of that. And you're going to add a teaspoon of that to the batter. Give that a little bit of a mix, and we are done with the wet ingredients. And again, this whole recipe is made in one bowl. It really is so easy and so delicious. Now you're gonna add some flax. Make sure the flax is ground. You don't want whole flax. You want it to already be ground, and that's gonna be 1/4 of a cup. And next is baking flour. If you're gluten-free like me, please use gluten-free. Otherwise, you can just use regular baking flour. You might be able to use oat flour. I believe that should work. You can use 1.5 cups of that. If you do, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to see if my instincts are right. Next, you're gonna use some baking soda, and you're gonna add a teaspoon of that to the batter. And then baking powder, and you're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder to the batter. Next, pumpkin pie spice. You could use just cinnamon, but I love pumpkin pie spice. It really gives this recipe so much taste and flavor. And for more healthy, skinny, easy recipes, please subscribe. I'd love to stay connected with you. You're gonna mix up the batter until it looks like that. You can play with it a little bit like I did. And then you are going to take out your bread pan. Now, if you're like me and you're lazy and you don't wanna have to clean a bread pan, you can line it with parchment paper. To make it fit better, I like to crinkle it up. I wanna also point out that I had just washed my hands, so my hands are a little bit wet, which helps even more the parchment paper to fit into the pan. And then you're gonna pour your batter into your bread pan, just like I'm doing, until it looks pretty like that. And then you're gonna have pumpkin batter on your spoon, and there's only one way to clean it, and it's not the dishwasher. Now here's the fun part. Now you get to choose toppings. So I chose pecans. You could also use walnuts. You could use pretty much any nut. You can use any dried fruit, and you could also use chocolate chips, which is amazing. So the pecans, some of them look pretty, like the ones that I'm doing now. I would call those sexy pecans, but maybe you also have some not so sexy pecans. If you have broken ones, you can put them into the bread. I don't know if you saw that I did that, but I like that, because then when you're eating it, there's gonna be a little surprise of broken pecans. Next, you're gonna put it in your oven, which should be preheated by now. And then after about 45 minutes, you should check it. Mine was ready. I think it did take about 45 or 50 minutes. Everyone's oven's different, so you want to check it after about 40 minutes. And then it should look like that. Oh my God, by now your home is gonna be smelling amazing. And then you're gonna do the toothpick test, which is basically just sticking it in the middle and making sure that it comes out clean like mine did. Look at that gorgeousness. You're gonna let it sit in the pan for maybe 20 minutes. And then after that, you're gonna wanna really let it cool on a cooling rack. The longer, the better, so that it forms really nicely. And then it's gonna be moist and delicious, and you are just gonna love this pumpkin bread. It is amazing. For more easy, healthy, skinny recipes, I'd love to stay connected with you. Please subscribe. And for another bread recipe, check out this video.